Let's start by looking at what the Asian markets are doing this morning. Given the cues from the US weren't bad, Asian markets have opened up mixed. We're seeing Taiwan index that's managing to hold on to gains of 0.8 to 0.9%. But on the flip side, we have Hang Seng that's muted in today's trading session. ASX 200, very muted day of trade coming in here as well. And Shanghai is trading with cuts of 0.2 to 0.3% as well. So mixed signals that we're seeing right now coming from the Asian markets. Let's look at what the Nifty implied is indicating for the Indian markets. At one point of time, it was a slight bit of a positive start that we were watching out for. Right now, also very muted start is what we could keep an eye out on. Just a 12-point downtick right now is what the Nifty implied open is indicating. But that's how the Asian market opening is not what you're seeing coming in. Japan market is closed as of now. But how are all these cues that we're seeing coming in from the US market, Asia market opening? How is that going to be impacting our Indian market? We have a team of research joining in with us to set you up for trade, tell you which are the important stocks to watch out for in today's trading session. First up, let me go across to Vivek, who's here to set us up in terms of the market cues that we should be keeping an eye out on. Good morning, Vivek.
Well, good morning. What we're essentially working with today is a very good handover, especially coming from Wall Street. A steady green handover is what we looked at. All of the three indices as far as the US markets ended in the green. Now, along with that, oil prices yesterday ended largely flat with a slight negative bias. So Brent ended lower by 0.2% near the $66.5 a barrel mark. On the other hand, keep an eye out for gold prices and especially gold fin lenders. All of these companies yesterday saw a very strong session, and gold prices too yesterday hit a record high. So that will be one particular section of the market to keep an eye out for. Indian markets yesterday largely dragged lower by the H1B visa issue. The Nifty IT index was along expected lines the weakest sectoral index. Nifty IT index fell over 3%, with mid-caps taking a larger knock compared to the large-cap IT names. So market breadth was in favor of the declines, and in fact, the broader end of the market actually managed to go ahead and snap a 11-session winning streak. Along with that, the other set of exporters, which was the pharma pack, they too ended lower. And like you mentioned, gold finance stocks, especially Muthoot Finance, ended 4% higher. Like you mentioned, Asian markets indicating very mixed set of cues. Nifty indicating a largely flat start with a slightly negative bias.
Thank you so much for that, Vivek. But let's go across to Gaurav now, who's here to tell us which are the important stocks to watch out for in today's trading session. Good morning, Gaurav.
Well, good morning. First, let's talk about some consumption stocks. Festive season has begun and we have already seen some kind of uptick in the consumption because Maruti Suzuki now, they have said that they have delivered close to 30,000 cars already on day one and they have received 80,000 inquiries for new vehicle. Hyundai Motors, they also said that they have delivered close to 11,000 cars on first day of Navratri. Remember, company said that this is the highest single day performance for the company. Other than that, let's also focus on JK Lakshmi Cement because two news updates. First is that they have commissioned additional grinding unit capacity at one of the facilities in Surat, and at the same time they also completed its debottlenecking of cement mills at Sirohi. So along with that, the total cement capacity has increased to around 18 MTPA. Some new real estate players. First, let's talk about Suraj Real Estate Developers. They have launched their new product in Dadar with gross development value of 250 crores, and Brigade Enterprises. Now they have also launched their new product in Bengaluru with gross development value of around 1200 crores. So definitely these two companies on our radar today. On the back of the order win, we have got Rail Vikas Nigam Limited. They have received an order worth 145 crores from Southern Railway, and KEC International, they have also received an order of 3,243. So these two companies are also on our radar. Alchem Labs, let's watch out for that because they have launched the new drug, Pertusa injection. Now, remember, this drug is used for the treatment of breast cancer. And lastly, let's also focus on Tata Investment because company has set a record date as 14th of October for the share split in the ratio of 1:10. So definitely keeping all these stocks on our radar today.
Okay, Gaurav, thank you so much for that. We'll keep an eye out on those listed stocks. But let's go across to Sudarshan, who's here to tell us what are we watching out for in the world of F&O. Good morning, Sudarshan.
Good morning, Vamakshi. So today it's a weekly expiry day, and till last week we were talking about that market Nifty has gained around 700 to 800 points, and now we were approaching record high. But the headlines over the weekend, especially issued related to H1B visa fee hike, that just impacted the sentiment. And yesterday we saw big selling in IT names, and even pharma names were down, and that led to sharp fall in all the mid-cap IT names. Even large-cap IT names were down somewhere in the range of 2 to 3%. Also, Nifty failed to hold levels around 25,300. At the end, just it closed around 25,200. So select names continue to see profit booking, especially auto names after a recent uptick that we have seen on the back of GST cut. call writing, we are seeing aggressive call writing at the levels around 25,300, 25,400, even at the levels of 25,200. And as I told you, IT has turned weak. One sector that is trying to hold the ground is the financials. And if Nifty or Nifty Bank has to move higher, banks have to hold the ground. As far as GIFT Nifty is concerned for today, it's indicating a start in the near the flat line. So flows front, FIs have sold yesterday more than rupees 2,900 crore, while DIs have bought more than rupees 2,500 crore. In the futures, though, FIs have bought nearly 500 crore, and their long position is around 13%, and they have added long positions of around 600 contracts and reduced short positions by around 1,900 contracts. If you look at the options data, very interesting options data. On the put side, premium has increased sharply with a sharp downtick in open interest for 25,300. But if you look at 25,200, there is sharp uptick in open interest, and there also premium has increased to 38 from 21. In the contrary, on the call side, both 25,300 and 25,200 has seen a sharp fall in the premium. So it tells you there was a huge call writing at all the levels. So now support for Nifty has moved lower to around 24,900, and resistance is now yesterday's high of 25,300 as far as Nifty is concerned. For Nifty Bank, support to be 54,900 and resistance is 55,460. Stocks in the bank band. Two stocks have remained in the bank. Those are HFCL Samant Capital, RBL Bank has entered in the band, and Angel One has come out of the band. Apart from these, keep an eye on KFIN. It had seen fresh shorts yesterday on the reports of General Atlantic selling stake around 10 to 15%. But yesterday in the evening, we have seen the clarification from the company that they are not aware of that news. Muthoot Finance, gold continues to see record high. Yesterday also it hit the level of around 3754. So we'll have to track Muthoot Finance because it continues to see fresh longs.
Okay, Sudarshan, thank you so much for that. And